Hello everybody, my name is Jason, and this element's name is hydrogen. Hydrogen is awesome. It makes up about 75% of the known universe, or at least it's thought to make up that much of the universe, and it makes water. Without water, none of us would be in existence. And it makes stars. Without stars, none of us would be in existence. And it's an important part in many molecules we use. And without those, we wouldn't be in existence. And hydrogen fused together with other hydrogen atoms after the Big Bang to make other elements. And without those elements, we wouldn't be in existence. So hydrogen is the very best element because without it, you wouldn't be in existence. Okay, hydrogen has one proton, which means that it has an atomic number of 1. Because of that, it is located up here at the top of the periodic table, because the periodic table is arranged so that the lightest elements are at the top and the heaviest elements are at the bottom. Also, it is here at the top of the periodic table because of its electron shell. It only has 1 because it only has 1 electron. And that is why it shares the same period as helium, which also has only 1 electron shell. Hydrogen bonds using its electron, because that's how all elements bond. But also, it's special because it might be a metal and it might be a non-metal. No one knows, for certain, at least. And that is because it has many characteristics similar to metals and also to non-metals. So, yeah, and when hydrogen is frozen down to a solid form, it's normally a gas at room temperature. When it's frozen down to a solid form, it interacts with itself like a metal. It's actually called metallic hydrogen. And one of the reasons why it's neither really classified as a metal or a non-metal is because, like non-metals, it's a gas, but also because hydrogen has hydrogen. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so hydrogen. It has an orbital similar, like the way that the electron moves around it, similar to metals, but also like non-metals, it has a higher ionization energy needed for it to become an ion, or at least a cation, and that is what distinguishes it from metals. There's probably other smaller reasons, but I don't feel like talking about those right now. Hydrogen has 3 main isotopes. Hydrogen 1 is its most common isotope. I think it makes up about 99% of the hydrogen isotopes in existence. Hydrogen 1 is also known as protium. Yeah, it has 1 proton. Hydrogen 2 is sometimes known as deuterium, because it is. And deuterium has 1 proton and 1 neutron. Hydrogen 3 has 2 neutrons and 1 proton, and it is known as tritium, and this is the least common form, and deuterium is the second most common form. Hello. I am going to explain how hydrogen bonds with oxygen to form water, or H2O. These are hydrogen atoms, and these are hydrogen's electrons. They're X's so that you can distinguish them from oxygen's electrons. Oxygen is trying to fill its valence shell of 6 electrons to 8 electrons, while hydrogen is trying to fill its valence from 1 electron to 2 electrons. So, oxygen and hydrogen bond with each other, there being 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Oxygen takes both of hydrogen's electrons fills its valence to 8, while hydrogen takes one of oxygen's electrons, and that also goes for the other hydrogen, and it works sort of like that. This is called H2O, or water. This is a covalent bond because they're both trying to gain electrons, and so they share them. Oxygen has a stronger attraction on the electrons, so it is known as being more electronegative, while hydrogen is known as being more electropositive, or less electronegative. Because of this, a special form of bond known as a hydrogen bond is formed, and that is between oxygen atoms, where hydrogen, like a hydrogen of another water molecule, is attracted to the electronegative oxygen over here. And because of this, ice has the larger volume than liquid water. Hello everybody. I would like to conclude my presentation about hydrogen with a song I wrote. I am hydrogen. With DJ and I generate power. You should venerate and power I make water. Without this, no one would bother to do anything. Nothing like they would not exist. I also assist things much larger like stars. Without these, the universe would be a whole lot darker than ours. I make up 75% of all matter. When in chemical explosives I shatter buildings, among other things. Leap quantum physicists theorize and made of strings. I can be measured. It's pH, in acids, OUCH, and I'm used in tanning for a COUCH I've got the force. Electromagnetic and nuclear. In studies that make explanations clear. I am in cosmic rays with me Mendeleev ways. Every element known, yet I'm all alone in my own section of the periodic table. I have one electron weld and I have one electron shell, and from this you can tell I have one valence electron. When that is gone, I become a cation, because I am then only a proton. I take the best of metals and non-metals and leave out the rest. So clearly, I am the best. What period? Number 1. How many electron shells? Number 1. How many protons? Number 1. What am I? Number 1. Ta-da. That's my presentation.